It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by ProMed Ambulance Services, care you can count on, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. February 9th, 1964, a day that changed popular music forever. The Beatles, England's hottest new rock and roll act, who just 2 days earlier flew to John F. Kennedy International Airport to a waiting crowd of 5,000 fans, made the first of several appearances on The Ed Sullivan Show. The program was watched by over 73 million viewers, a record for American TV at the time, which was broken 3 years later by the series finale of The Fugitive. The broadcast drew a rating of 45.3 and a 60 share, and was Sullivan's first time in 7 years that he topped the nightly ratings. A typical Sullivan broadcast at the time drew about 21 million viewers. The event came to be regarded as a cultural watershed that launched Beatlemania, as well as the wider British invasion of American pop music, and inspired many young viewers to pursue a career in rock music. Contrary to popular belief, The Ed Sullivan Show was not the Beatles' American television debut. The Fab Four had appeared via satellite on American Bandstand the previous November, on the week of the JFK assassination. The Beatles sold 2.5 million records in the country in the month after their first Sullivan appearance, and by early April it became the first act to hold all top 5 spots on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. CBS saw huge anticipation for the Beatles' first Ed Sullivan appearance, with 50,000 ticket requests for the 728-seat Studio 50, now known as the Ed Sullivan Theater, where the band was to perform, far surpassing the 7,000 requested for Elvis Presley's 1957 debut. Among those in attendance were Richard Nixon's daughters, Julie and Tricia, who had been invited by NBC host Jack Parr's daughter, Randy. Backstage before the show, future Olympic gold medalist Terry McDermott posed for photographs for the band, in which he pretended to cut Paul McCartney's hair as the other band members and Sullivan looked on with mock horror. Sullivan began the show by telling the audience that Elvis Presley and his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, had sent the Beatles a telegram wishing them success in America, though it was reported later that Parker sent the telegram without Presley's knowledge. The Beatles had mixed reactions to the production value of their performance, with McCartney later remarking that John Lennon's microphone volume was too low. The majority of American cultural critics responded by expressing bemusement at the unusually strong audience reactions or by mocking the Beatles' haircuts, with only a few focusing on the Beatles' musical performances and talents. Reverend Billy Graham, who happened to watch the Fab Four's appearance despite his customary avoidance of TV on Sunday, dismissed Beatlemania as a passing phase. The Beatles appeared live for the final time on August 14th, 1965. The show was broadcast 1 month later and earned Sullivan a 60% share of the nighttime audience for one of the appearances. The Beatles' last appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show came on March 1st, 1970, when they released promotional videos for Two of Us and Let It Be. Paul McCartney has performed at the Ed Sullivan Theater twice since the Beatles' breakup, once in 1992 and once more in 2009 on the building's exterior marquee. Among the many tributes to the Beatles' first Ed Sullivan appearance, the music video of Outkast's 2003 hit single Hey Ya paid homage to the event, though the setting is reversed, with Outkast playing the fictional American band The Love Below in front of a British audience. And just last November, indie rockers Boy Genius appeared on The Tonight Show, dressed in suits, and featured a Beatles-esque Ludwig drum kit with a kick drum mirroring the Beatles' own logo. The set for their performance was built to look like the Ed Sullivan Show's. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.